Alright, I just got my new iPole Mini from FastCap, and it's a great looking device. Basically, it's like 9 inches long from here to here. It's got this head on it, which is a standard, I think it's a 1/4 inch thread, which is the standard for most cameras and most mounting brackets. The head pivots this way. It only pivots that way, it doesn't turn the other way, but it really doesn't need to. It's got a locking nut to tighten up the tension right here. So as you can see, it's expandable. You pull it, one section at a time, and it just keeps getting longer. I think it's like 43 inches is the maximum that it can go. So that's the screw thread on the end. Now if you had a small digital camera, you could plug it into there, but one of the things that FastCap sells is this thing called the Super Mount, and it is basically a piece of plastic with a spring-loaded retainer, and the bottom has a 1/4 inch thread mount. So you take that, put it on the end of the screws that came on the iPole Mini, tighten it up, and then you can take any one of your smartphones. I have an iPhone, but it pretty much fits any smartphone that's bigger than this opening. Open it up, put the phone in. I'm going to put the phone in right now, and I'll show you how it works. So you basically just clip the top in, push it up, and then drop the bottom in, and it's in. So I've got it extended to about 25, 30 inches right now. I'm going to bring it out to about 3 feet or so. Now the higher you push it up, the more you want to tilt the angle just a little bit, just so you can catch most of what you're looking at. I'm going to walk around a little bit. It's extremely stable. It's the first thing I noticed about it, is it's really stable. When you try to hold a smartphone in your hand, well, number one, you can't hold it out 36 inches unless you have long arms like me, but otherwise it would look like this, and I'd be walking around, kind of like bouncing all over the place. This thing is extremely stable. It's almost like a Steadicam. It's like a $35 Steadicam. It's crazy. So you can walk around, talk, look around, do what you want. It's almost hands-free. I guess it's called half hands-free because you have to hold it with one hand at least. Maybe someday they'll get some kind of a belt buckle that you can just clip it into and walk around with like this. That'd be cool. Tilt it up a little bit. Just walk around, do things, wave to all your friends and your family. But until they come up with one of those, I'm gonna have to use it with one hand. But you can position it in such a way that it doesn't really look like you're holding it. I mean, I guess right now you really wouldn't be able to tell what hand I'm holding it with. Just look how steady it is. The connection point from your wrist to the camera is fixed, so it's not, it's really not going to be moving around like it would if you had your hand doing this. There's no real strong connection when you have your hand. There's so many moving parts. But with this pole, and the way it's got just a little bit of flex to it, it stays really stable. Now the nice thing that I like about it is it's got the expandable case on it, which is great because you got a house with 3 or 4 people living in it. They all have different smartphones. You don't want to be buying different mounts for every camera. So for $10, that's what this head costs. The iPole Mini is $25. So total investment $35. You got yourself a pretty inexpensive Steadicam. It's made by a company called FastCap. Can't say enough about their products, and I'm pretty psyched. I'm looking forward to using this thing a lot, especially with all my construction videos that I make. That company right there. Alright, thanks a lot, FastCap.